Well, hello, everyone. My name is Eva Marie Everson. I'm the director of Florida Christian Writers Conference, and my cohort in crime is here. Her name
Hi,
is.
I'm Karen Suiters, and I am the co-director of the Florida Christian Writers Conference.
And last week, in the last video, we talked to you about everything that's going to happen on Wednesday. Today, we want to talk about what's happening on Thursday. Now, Thursday is the official start of the conference because we actually open up with the main session that morning. But of course, as we said before, there's a lot of stuff going on Wednesday and Wednesday night as well, including some classes.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So we do have our opening session. Actually, the very first thing that you could possibly attend on Thursday is breakfast if you happen to be there Wednesday night. But then we also have the first time conferees orientation, and that opens up at 9 o'clock in the morning. And Edwina Perkins is going to be teaching that. So if you have never been to Florida Christian Writers Conference, or maybe this is your first writers conference ever,
Period. Yes.
recommend checking that out, because Edwina's going to give you some amazing tips
Mhm.
and ways to hopefully lower your stress if you're a little on edge, to anticipate how you're going to be able to make it through the next 4 or 5 days without just feeling overwhelmed.
Right. And that's going to be held in the auditorium. Am I correct on that?
You are correct.
Oh, good. I at least know what's going on in my conference. So that's held in the main auditorium. If you are coming in on Thursday morning, you can start registering at 8:30 that morning. So from 8:30 till 9 o'clock, you can register. If you don't have time to get into your room, don't worry, you will have time. So you can just, leave your stuff in the car. You can bring it into the building and set it into a corner somewhere and just head on into that 9 o'clock class. Is there anything going on at 10, or is this when we take a break for just a little bit? We take about a 15-minute break?
There is like a 15-minute break because at 10:15, so there's exactly a 15-minute break. Then I know I'm so good at my math. That is when we have our opening session, and that is from 10:15 until 12, which is then when we go to eat lunch.
That's right. And so what do we do at the opening session? Well, for one, we have some praise and worship, of course, and that will be led again this year by Linda Shazo, who we're so excited every year to have her. She's such a gift to us. I've often said this, Taryn, it's like Lynn just ushers in the Holy Spirit. There's something about the way she sings and just her spirit as well. And what she brings to us. And of course, she is best known for some of her work, Ancient Words, and of course, More Precious Than Silver. There's just several songs that she will sing throughout the week or the weekend, and you'll go, oh, I know that song. Well, she's the author of that song. So always thrilled to have her. And so then after that, of course, you and I will be on the stage, and we'll just go over all the little fine details of the week. We will introduce you to key people that you are going to want to know. And we will go over the continuing classes that start that afternoon. Now, pay attention because this part's really important. We have been discussing at Florida Christian Writers Conference, we often bring up our teachers in these little increments. But we have been discussing not doing that anymore. We've been discussing that you guys are pretty sharp and you know how to go to the web and you know how to look at what's being offered in this hour and making up your own minds without having one person after the other come up on the stage and talk about their classes or their workshops. Now, I kind of feel like the continuing classes are a little different, don't you?
Yeah, they're the exception to the rule.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we are doing these videos, we're also going to be talking about, that was just horrible grammar. We are also going to talk about Dear heavens, I'm correcting myself as I speak. We are also going to talk about the workshops that are coming up in little increments. So you can start looking at the schedule and make a plan. And that is something we are highly going to encourage you to do. But throughout the morning session, that morning, we're going to talk about just little things that you're going to need to know. And then we have lunch.
Which is great because,
Yeah.
you know, one of my favorite times of the day.
Right. Well, we do like that salad bar. We
Yeah, I
really
love the salad bar, love the bread pudding. I'm not gonna lie.
no,
Um,
no.
but
And
after,
I'll walk
we're
circles
gonna-
around that park just to eat that bread pudding.
oh, 100%, 100%.
Lake Hill, for those of you who don't know, Lake Hill is actually known for this bread pudding. So, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, save me a piece.
Yeah.
After lunch, starting at
Mhm.
1:30. So lunch is
Mhm.
from 12 to 1, but the classes don't start again until 1:30. So you have a little bit of time if you need to go catch a 30-minute nap, refresh your makeup, whatever it is
Brush your
you want to
teeth. Yeah.
brush your teeth. And that is when the continuing classes start. This is the only time that the continuing classes are in the afternoon. After Thursday, they're always in the morning, but we
Right.
start them Thursday afternoon. So we have 7 continuing classes for you to choose from. And the way that these work is they meet every day for, was it 2 hours?
About 2 hours. Yeah.
2
About 2
hours
hours.
every day, and they will continue on for the whole week.
Mhm.
And so it's okay if you need to pop in and out, but we're going to go ahead and talk about who the teachers are and what they're teaching. So our very first one that you can choose from is called Writing Nonfiction. And this is taught by Lori Hatcher, who's amazing.
Mhm.
Had her for many years to come and teach. And sometimes she teaches on speaking. Sometimes she teaches on nonfiction. This year it's nonfiction. And so if you are writing a nonfiction book, you're thinking about writing a nonfiction book, maybe you have written one and now you want to make sure that you've done everything you can do. You know, have you crossed all of your T's and dotted all of your I's, you know, all of that. Come to Lori Hatcher's class. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. I actually tried to like catch up with you and say, and then the next thing is, so I did it. I managed to do it. And let me just say this, just in case you've never been to Florida Christian Writers Conference before, we are in the McGuire building. So let's just talk about that real quick. We're going to stop talking about the continuing classes. When you drive into Lake Yale Baptist Conference Center, there is a guard shack. And of course, they're going to have your name on a list. So they will know that you're with Florida Christian Writers Conference. You are going to hang a right. No, you are going to hang a left. I always say you got to turn next to that fabulous oak tree. It's just incredible. And then you're going to kind of circle on around like this. There is a building toward the back up against the lake that looks like a church. And that is our building. That's called the McGuire building. And that is our building. So everything that we do, save lunch and breakfast and dinner, happens in that building. So, you know, it's kind of like one-stop shopping. Your rooms are somewhere else. I mean, they're on property, obviously, but they're not in that building. Yeah. Yes, they're on property, but they are not there. Okay, so that's how to get to where we are. And after, this is exciting. We are so excited. After this, after Lori Hatcher, the next one you can choose from is the screenwriting track, and that is taught by Billy Wayne Arrington.
Yes.
Karen and I are so thrilled that Billy Wayne is coming this year. We met Billy Wayne several years ago at the Asheville Christian Writers Conference. He is an amazing performer. He is also an artist in his own right, as far as writing music, writing screenplays, seeing those screenplays and those stage plays, I should say, performed. He has his own theater. He is from Nashville? No, in the Nashville area. Is that not correct? He's from Tennessee. I know that much. Anyway, yes,
Tennessee.
yes. So you can go check out at our website and find out more about him. But he is going to teach on the basic elements like inspiration, theme, genre, characters, good keys to a good script keys to good script writing, developing story plots and characters, outlining your script, acts, scenes, story, character, entrances and exits, actions, props, and sets, and then from paper and pen to production, getting your script produced. Now, the other thing that Billy Wayne is going to do while he is with us is he is going to teach. I'm sorry, he is going to do some more teaching. He is going to give a performance on Saturday night during our Just Desserts Awards banquet. I really should just start over. I'm just messing this up terribly. Okay, should have had that second cup of coffee. Taryn, next.
Next, okay, so we've talked about nonfiction and screenwriting. So fiction is going to be taught by Misu Andrews. And was she there last year or was it the year before?
Yeah, but she did a very special track last year where you had to sign up for her.
Yes. Yeah. And this is different. This is you don't have to sign up for this, but she is so sweet. Oh my gosh.
She's good too. Yeah,
she's fantastic. So again, if you're writing fiction or you're thinking about writing fiction, for adults, then this is something you would want to check out. If you're thinking about writing fiction for kids, that's going to be something completely different.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's the next one. And I realized, man, I just skipped right over Misu, didn't I? So the next one is, of course, children's, and that is Michelle Medlock Adams, who has written about 100 children's books and won boatloads of awards with her books. She is also the acquisitions editor, publisher for Wren and Bear Publishing. That is a children's line with In-Game Press, but she is also with Fusion Kids, which is also a children's line with In-Game Press. So she is going to talk about every aspect of writing for children, and she gives us such detailed description. You can go into the website and read all about it because it's a lot.
Awesome. Okay, our next track is the speakers track. This is being taught by Carol Kent, and this is taking or turning your written words into compelling platform presentations. And no matter what you write, you need to be a speaker and you need to learn how to speak with confidence. And I can tell you, I make way more speaking than I do on my books. You want to have that skill of speaking and being comfortable in front of people, and almost having to think on the spot, but also having a planned presentation. But you need to know what happens when something goes wrong. How do you deal with all of that?
And it will.
And it will. It always does. Carol Kent is a phenomenal speaker. She has spoken at FCWC many, many times.
Yes.
She has an amazing testimony, and people are going to be just treated to such an amazing time in her class. So I strongly recommend it. If you are nervous about speaking in front of people, or you think you can get away not speaking, you go to her class.
For sure. That's the thing, especially if you're a nonfiction writer. If you think, okay, I've got everything I need as far as writing nonfiction, so often then you will be asked to speak on your subject, and what you think you know, you will forget when you're on the stage. So Carol is definitely going to help get you prepared so that you're always prepared, and so that you know how to reach out and get those speaking gigs. I mean, like Taryn just said, she does way more with her speaking, and because she's a middle grade writer, she speaks at a lot of schools. So, how did she do that? And what does she do when she gets there? These are the things that Carol can help you with. And of course, if you don't know, Carol was with Women of Faith for many, many years. And then also she has her own Speak Up with Confidence speakers service and conference that she does every year as well. We are just super, super blessed to have her. What's next?
The next one is the manuscript critique track, and that is run by Shelley Arnold and Jan Powell. This is limited to 10 people, and it is something that you need to register for ahead of time, but there is not an extra cost to it. It just caps at 10. And that is because during this time, you will actually get not all of your manuscript, but a good part of your manuscript critiqued using the Word Weaver's method.
Yes.
And Yes, so you can bring in 1,500 words, so you have a possibility of getting anywhere from 6,000 to 7,500 words critiqued
Mhm.
while you are at the conference.
Yeah, because you bring in 4 to 5 submissions. And of course, Shelley can help you with that. You will pre-register because they only take 10. Is that correct? They only
Yes, that
take
is
10. And so you pre-register with Shelley. Shelley Arnold and Jan Powell will do this. And the email to pre-register with them is at the website. But just to give it to you, it's Shelley, SHELLIE dot Arnold, ARNOLD, the number 1 at att.net. So that's Shelley.Arnold1 at att.net. Then we have Devoted to Devotions. We love having Ava Pennington come and speak to us on writing devotions. I have been in a room, like doing what I do at the conference, which is typically dealing with numbers. And I can hear Ava through the wall, and she is just an amazing teacher, but also an amazing devotion and devotional writer. So she's going to help you. This is a great way to break into writing, by the way. I know a lot of people think in terms of, oh, I just want to write a book, just want to write a book. Well, of course, the devotional is a book. It's a book of devotions. But I just want to say that when I first got started in this industry, I started out primarily writing devotions for an online devotional website. And that's how I, basically cut my teeth, was doing that.
Yeah.
So Ava Pennington is teaching that.
Yes. And the very last continuing class that we have to offer is the Book Proposal Studio, and that is with Edie Melson. And we talked a little bit about that when we were talking about what happens on Wednesday. But this is a continuing class that it does start Wednesday afternoon. However, if you are in another workshop or you have a travel issue or something and you don't get there until Thursday, that's fine. Wednesday is more of an overview. They then do the deep dive starting on Thursday. They are going to, or Edie is going to teach you the components of a book proposal, how to write one. By the time you leave FCWC, you will have your proposal outlined, possibly even finished. It's
in the bag.
It's a fantastic deal because for anyone who's ever tried to write a proposal, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And so you basically have a coach working with you in this workshop.
And she's also bringing in Stephanie Alton, who is a agent with the Blythe Daniel Agency. Stephanie is going to come in and talk about book proposals from the perspective of an agent, and then what it is that they present to acquisitions editors and what acquisitions editors are looking for, etc. And she is quite knowledgeable on that. This is an extra charge of $60, but let me just tell you, I know people who have paid thousands to get a book proposal done, thousands to get it done for them. This teaches you how to do it, one and done. You are now prepared to write your own book proposals from now until. So what a great deal that is. All right, now 4 o'clock. Because this goes. Because this starts at 1:30 and goes until like 2:30, 3:30, right? 3:30.
Oh, you mean the continuing classes? The continuing classes, they start at 1:30 and they go until 3:45.
Until 3:45. At 4 o'clock, this is when we open up the doors, so to speak, to let people come in and sign up for 2 editor-agent appointments. You can circle back out and then go and sign up for all the freelance appointments you want. We don't put any limit on that. And then circle right back around. Once we have everybody signed up, circle right back around and sign up for more if you would like.
Right.
We typically have people line up in the hallway. We typically let people in 10, 15 people at a time, so that it doesn't get too crowded, because it's not the biggest room in the world, but it does not get too crowded. And even though we are no longer under COVID restrictions, we are just aware that that little booger bear of a germ is still out there, but so is the flu and other germs. So we
Yes.
do just, yeah, we try to keep it from being so packed and getting
Chaos.
almost uncontrollable. It's like a
Yeah,
circus in there.
I
Yeah.
call it the running of the bulls because it
The
can get
running of the bulls. That is so
a
true. And then
couple
the
of
good news.
Wait,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. Two
Yeah.
things. Number one, remember if you are part of the children's intensive,
Yes.
you will have already signed up for your two on Wednesday.
Mhm.
So we would ask that you do not get in line until
Mhm.
everyone else has had a chance to go
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Then you can get in line again. And the second thing is, if you have signed up to come to FCWC for just one day, and perhaps that day is Friday or Saturday, because those are the two most common days
Yeah.
that people will sign up for. You will have missed the sign up. So what you need to do is email me at the website and tell me who it is you want to meet with, and I can make the appointments for you, because you'll still get that opportunity. You'll
Mhm.
just missed the sign up.
Yes. So yeah, so you actually have that in advance. And for those of you who did sign up during the children's intensive, see, that's your time to just head straight back to the back of the auditorium. Go ahead and sign up for your freelancers. Do not think that, oh, these are freelancers, so why would I want to talk to them? I want to talk to an agent. I want to talk to an editor. Well, we understand that you do, but you will glean so much more information from freelancers. So you definitely don't want to just poo-poo away one of them. You want to spend some extra time with these people that are so knowledgeable, because we don't bring in idiots. We bring in the people who know
And
what
they've
they're talking
been where
about.
you are. They
Yeah.
could probably give you some good advice. They can help you brain.
Right.
They're there for
Right.
lots of reasons.
Yeah. So for example, let's just, I'm just going to toss it out there. Let's talk about Misu. So Misu is a best-selling fiction writer. She has won award after award after award. She's just a fount of knowledge. When you're in her class, you're not going to have that one-on-one time with her that you might like to have, and you might try to grab a meal with her, but then there are other people sitting there as well. So yeah, you want to talk to somebody who is interested in your work of fiction, like an editor or an agent. But what about setting that 15-minute appointment with Misu and just like brainstorming and saying, well, what should I do from here? Or what do you think about my work? Is this even ready to present to an editor or an agent? These are the people who can tell you yay or nay. So yeah. Now can I say now we have dinner?
Yes. Now you may eat.
Now you may eat from 5:30 until 6:30. We have dinner. And then at 6:45 that night, we're going to come back into the auditorium, more praise and worship, and a couple of little, like little notes from Taryn and me as to this is happening or that is happening or this announcement or that announcement. And then our keynote speaker, Dr. Sandra Dalton Smith, is going to present to us. And wow, we are excited to have her, because I don't know if you've ever heard her speak before, but it's like hearing a TED Talk. She is amazing.
Yeah, she's actually an international leader on body, mind, spirit,
Mhm.
all sort. Just bird just flew by. Not
Squirrel.
expecting that. Yeah. She's appeared on NPR and on CNN Health and on Psychology Today. She's done TED Talks. She is very well spoken, very well known. If you haven't heard of her, we encourage you go to our website, click on her name, and just read a little bit about her, because I am so excited to be able to hear from her. And
Yeah.
she's going to bring a lot this year to the conference.
She's one of those people you just want to sit and just like drink it in. Just drink it in. So excited. Then after that, I know you'll be tired, but you can sleep when you get home, because we have after hours one more time, just like we did on Wednesday night. We have them on Thursday night and on Friday night. Now, the very first one that we have is called the appointment, and this is for fiction and nonfiction writers. It's going to be offered by Tim Shoemaker. This is what he sent in: stomach churning, palm sweating. Hey, an appointment with an editor or seasoned writer is a big deal. Relax. We'll look at critical factors and tips to make sure your appointment is a step in the right direction. So you haven't had the appointments yet. Tim is going to help get you ready for that. And Taryn, I noticed a
I
typo.
know, I'm changing it as we speak. I saw
Yes,
the typo.
I see the typo, Eva, but it's not our fault. No,
We all
it's
know
Tim's
whose fault it is, and he's not here.
That's
to
right. Yeah,
responsibility.
we would say it's Mark's fault, but actually in this case, I think it might be Tim's.
Seriously, I just
Yes.
copied and pasted. I'm fixing it now. Though.
There you go. Now, the next one, if you're already at the website, like right this second, you may see that Deb D'Armond is teaching the next one, but actually, she is not going to be able to come this year because of some issues within her family, her mother-in-law's health, and she and her husband are just really needed to be there. And I commend her for that. I truly do. So we are so supportive of what she needs to do this year. But we are hoping to have her back next year. So then,
I just took that class down too.
okay, excellent. Man, you're on top of things. So then the next one you will notice is Timothy Holder. This is also fiction, nonfiction. He is going to teach on the pros and cons of collaboration. And let me just go back and say that fiction, nonfiction, that goes for children's books as well, because, children's books will fall in either one of those categories as well. So, but this is the pros and cons of collaboration. That means working more than one person working together. Timothy Holder is going to teach on that. And then finally, Lori Hatcher is not like she hasn't done enough that day.
Right? We're
What is
trying to
she
make
teaching
sure
on?
she sleeps good that night. That's all.
Oh yeah, yeah. And we share a room with Lori, so she'll probably sleep really well. We won't bang the pots and pans too loudly, but
Yeah.
she is going to continue talking a little bit more about the whole, writing speaking connection, how to create a speaking presentation they'll love. Now, this is not a continuation necessarily of what she teaches in the 8-hour class, but this is just, following in those same footsteps. So those are the 3 that we are offering that night at this time. But we are going to encourage you to just keep your eyes on the website and study this. We will have a type of program for you when you come in, and then you can look back at the website and circle the ones that you really, really want to attend. So if you need any help with that, just let us know. We will be happy to talk to you about it. And then you can go to bed.
You can go to bed.
And some people do like to go over to Maple and hang out and chat. And some people bring games and you play games. As long as it's not Twister, I'm good with that. I think I can play that anymore. We were talking about that at the Blue Ridge Conference recently about, playing Twister. And I don't think I could do Twister ever again.
My husband got our daughter Jira its finger twister, and so you play it.
Yeah.
I still do that.
I'm not sure how that would where's the left hand blue? I don't know how that
you
works.
have to. I don't know. It was like a
That
little
sounds like fun. Yeah, it sounds like fun. Okay, well, thank you guys. We will, have more of these. Next time we'll talk about what's going on Friday, and then on Saturday, and then on Sunday, and then we'll start talking about specifics like some of our editors and agents and freelancers. So until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.